Hi, and welcome to today's practice. Today's practice is all about our root chakra, or the Muladhara chakra, which we're going to associate with a Yama and a Niyama. The Yama that we'll focus on or connected to today is Asteya, non-stealing, and Santosha, which is the Niyama of contentment. So throughout the class, we'll kind of weave those all together. But about our root chakra a little bit more before we get into it. Is located at the base of your spine, just at the bottom of your tailbone. And its properties are for grounding and stability. And it's the first. It makes a lot of sense because in order to do anything else, you must be grounded, right? And stable in who you are. And yeah, we'll kind of get into that a little bit more. But for practice today, we'll do a really grounding practice. Throughout the class, just keep your awareness on this root chakra and I'll keep bringing you back there. But for a prop today, you could grab a block. And if you don't have a block, you could grab a thick book, or if you like to start seated on a bolster, you can get that as well, because we're going to start in a little seated meditation. So start to find your comfortable seat. If you feel comfortable closing your eyes, you can go ahead and do that. Just to find a nice neutral seat, you could bring your shoulders up to your ears and then roll them back down. Kind of bring your pelvis into a neutral position. And slightly drop your chin down. And your hands can either go onto your legs or onto your body somewhere. And just start to settle into your body, settle into your space. And just start to notice how and where your body is meeting the earth. And see if you can really hone into exactly where the edges of your feet are touching your mat, or the way that your sit bones are meeting the ground. And see if you can grow your roots down a little bit more. So our root chakra is at the base of our tailbone, but we're going to focus on rooting down our entire lower half of the body. So throughout practice today, just keep on noticing how and where you can ground down a little bit more and root down just a touch more with each breath. And if you'd like, you could bring a hand to your low belly and a hand just about above your tailbone. Just starting to bring that heat into your body. You don't have to do this physically. You could also just think of that area. And our root chakra is the Muladhara, right? And you might have heard of the Mula Bandha, which is the root lock. So if you are familiar with that, you could engage your Mula Bandha a few times just to exactly pinpoint where this chakra is located. So to activate the Mula Bandha, you squeeze the perineum a few times. Well, you would do it on the exhale for breath retention. Just kind of bringing your body and mind to connect at where this chakra is located. And if your hands get tired from being there, you can bring them back down onto your legs, or you can keep them there, whatever feels most comfortable. But the element of the root chakra is earth. And so we'll really be just continuing to connect down to the earth beneath us. And the whole chakra system is so that energy can flow upwards, right, out of our crown chakra. So it's really important that we start strong with our root, because in order to be grounded and stable and strong in our lower half, energetically, physically, then we can allow energy to move upwards, right? So let's really just stay rooted and grounded in our lower body. connecting down to the earth with every exhale a little bit more. And the color of the Muladhara chakra is red. So just for a few moments here, start to see that a red light is emanating from the base of your spine. And maybe it moves forward and back and side to side. And with that color red that is spreading around you, this beautiful red light, envision that roots of a tree are growing out of you and down into the earth, out to the side, and just fully taking up the space around you, within you, down. And just notice how your body reacts to that. And so this chakra is associated with grounding, right, and stability. And there are some mantras associated with this. I am in English and Lam in Sanskrit. So just for a few moments here, just start to notice what the words I am does for you. So continuing to keep your eyes closed, just noticing what is I am. And so the Yama and the Niyama that we chose for this, Santosha, which is contentment or gratitude, being able to be content and okay with whatever is. And Asteya, non-stealing. And the reason I connected it with this chakra in particular is I am. Who are you? Can you be content and grateful and content with who you are? Grateful for all the things that you have, and therefore be exactly who you are. Be the most authentic version of you. Asteya, not stealing anyone else's identity, not stealing from yourself by robbing yourself of what your worth is, right? So just for a few moments, just recognize what is I am. You could say silently to yourself or in your mind a few things that you are. You could say, I am stable, I am grounded, I am strong, I am rooted. Just kind of let those mantras kind of emanate around that red light, letting this red light full of that beautiful energy just to consume you. And then we'll say the mantra Lam a few times. So before we get into that, we'll do 3 cleansing breaths. So take a full breath in and exhale, sigh it out. Again, full breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Really, as you exhale, notice how your breath moves down into the second half of your body. And then one last full breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Now we'll inhale for Lam. Inhale. And as you exhale, send that Lam down to the root. Lam. It's like Om, but for this part of your body. Another inhale. La. And then one last time, full breath in. Exhale. La. And just sit with that for a Few breaths, noticing how and where that mantra found itself around your root chakra. And take a full breath in. On your next exhale, you could start to rub your palms together. And then bring a hand over your lower belly and behind your tailbone. Once again, connecting back to that color red, your root chakra. And then once again, start to rub your palms together. And bring your palms over your closed eyes and start to blink your eyes open. And you can slowly lower your hands down. You could keep your eyes closed even if you'd like, and come off of the block just to really connect to your root chakra, to the ground. Once again, bring your awareness there. And ever so slightly, start to draw tiny little circles around your sit bones. It might even not be visible. You can barely see what you're doing. But just really rooting down. And then slowly start to let those circles grow bigger, moving into your pelvis a little bit. You can let the circles be small at first, and then slowly start to grow bigger. And then you can move the circles up into your belly, and then up into your ribs, and then up into your heart space. And then you can really let these circles be nice and exaggerated, allowing your head and neck and shoulders to get involved, continuing to feel your sit bones down. Just bringing in some movement, some mobility. And then start to switch the direction of those circles, still allowing them to be nice and big. With every circle, continue to feel your roots growing down. And then start to bring those circles just into your heart space. And then soften the movement of your heart space and just let it be from your ribs. And then soften the movement of your ribs and let it just be into your belly. And then down into your pelvis. And then slow those movements down just so that it's just at where your tailbones meet the earth. And then whenever you feel ready, you can fully stop the circles. Once again, awareness stays at your Muladhara. And bring your hands to your knees, and we'll do some seated cat-cows, really accentuating the movement of your pelvis. So as you inhale, tilt your pelvis back. You can allow that movement to move up into your heart space as well, even into your shoulders. But just really feeling how your pelvis is moving here. And then as you exhale, come into a cat-like spine, round your back, really tucking your pelvis forward, Michael Jackson style. And then inhale forward, tilt your pelvis back. Exhale back. Inhale forward, really feeling how your sits bones kind of roll forward and back as you move your pelvis. And then the next time that you inhale forward, exhale back to a neutral spine. And inhale your arms all the way up to the sky. First, really rooting down and up. So keeping those roots growing down while you grow your arms, your branches, I guess, up. So really keep your hands nice and strong. You can drop your shoulders away from your ears and feel how your roots can grow down from your tailbone all the way up to the tops of your fingertips. And then you could inhale, even gaze up if you'd like, and exhale, lower your right hand down to the earth, fully lowering your right forearm down. And with your left arm can stay straight or it can reach up and over. Most importantly, keep that left hip and tailbone down on the ground. Take a full breath in here. And as you exhale, cross your left hand down and start to walk your hands in front of you, feeling the earth beneath you. And then let your left forearm come down, push down on your left forearm so that your right hip and sit bone can also reach down. Come onto that nice side bend. And then take a big breath in here and exhale, press up to come back through center. Arms reaching up. Inhale to reach and then exhale, lower your palms down to the earth and tuck your chin to your chest. You might feel a stretch in your shoulders, really accentuate opening up your collarbones, and then feel your hands press into the earth for a little bit of grounding. So inhale, reach up, exhale, lower down, butterflying your arms, but with control and stability. And then the next time your hands lower down, bring your legs into Baddha Konasana. And we'll take our block and bring it between your feet. We'll just do a few rounds of activation here to start to activate your pelvic floor and your legs. So inhale, squeeze the block between your feet. Your hands can either go on your knees, thighs, wherever feet, and exhale, release. As you're doing this, notice how your pelvic floor engages and how that interacts with the earth beneath you. So inhale, press, squeeze, exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze, exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze, really allow that movement to come up into your lower abdomen. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeeze, and exhale, release. Inhale to kind of cow your back, and exhale, engage your core, and slowly fold over your legs for a moment. Take 3 full breaths here. And then inhale, halfway lift your back, and exhale, walk it up. And place the block out to your side, and we'll come into Janu Shirshasana. So you can bring your right foot on the inside of your left thigh. Inhale to bring your torso over your left leg, and exhale, fold. Flex your foot and either have your hands on your thigh, on your calf, or on your foot. And then slowly draw your chin down so that your forehead reaches for your knee. Take 3 big breaths here. Continue to push your right heel into your thigh so that you can still keep that root chakra activated. And your next inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, keep your left hand down and reach your right arm up and over. And your next inhale, bring your right arm up and over towards your right side and bring your left hand with it so that your both hands are on the side of your right thigh. Kind of bring a little twist into your lower body. You can take a big inhale here, and exhale, you could even tap your forehead down to the earth, bowing to yourself, to who you are, to your stability, your groundedness. Then inhale, slowly press back up. Open up your right leg out to the side. We'll come into a wide-legged forward fold. Sit up nice and tall. You can flex your feet, point your feet. Before we go into a fold, we'll activate our legs a little bit. So inhale, lift your heels up off the ground. Even if they come up not at all, at least you're activating your hip extenders, maybe hip flexors, hip extenders. Then exhale, lower them down and pick your knees up. So inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lift your knees. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lift your knees. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, lift your knees. And then next inhale, bring your hands down into the ground, and exhale, fold forward. Your forearms can come down, your head can release, and just take 3 full cycles of breath here. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands back in and come into Janu Shirshasana on the right side. Press that left heel into, the left side. Bring your left heel into your right thigh. Inhale to square your torso over your leg, and exhale to fold. Your hands can come to your thigh, your calf, or your foot, whatever feels most comfortable. One more full breath here. And inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, keep your right hand down. Lift your left arm up and over for a side bend. And then inhale, your left arm up and over to the left side, and same with your right. Coming into that little twist into your low belly. The right foot, the toes can like swipe down like a windshield wiper. Then inhale, tall spine, and exhale, bow your head down to yourself, to the earth. As a reminder to stay authentic to who you are. And inhale, press up and bring both feet to the edges of your mat. You can bring your hands back behind you and just slowly invite some windshield wipers, feeling your tailbone against the earth. Just inviting some mobility into your hips. And then bring your feet about hips width distance apart. Bring your fingers to face your hips. And inhale, press your hips up to the sky, drop your head back and open up your shoulders for a reverse tabletop. Let your head hang back. You could kind of rock forward and back. And then on your next inhale, bring your left foot so that meets your left glute, and then press your hips forward. Get a little quadricep stretch. And then switch sides. And then bring your left foot back to meet your right and kind of press your hips forward to come into a toe sit. So you can have your toes tucked. Once you're here, once again, find a neutral position of your pelvis. Feel your feet connecting to the earth, your knees. Notice how and where your body connects to the earth beneath you. You can draw your eyes to close. And then we'll do some slight movements of our pelvis. So we'll do some seated cat-cows here again, but really only focusing on your pelvis. So fully tucking your pelvis forward, Michael Jackson style, and then sending your pelvis back, J-Lo style. Your hands can come to your low belly too, so that you can really feel, or they can come to the top of your hip bones. Just a few rounds of this, once again connecting to the Muladhara. And on your next inhale, slowly lower your hands down in front of you for tabletop. You can do some more cat-cows here. Here you could really, as you come into your cat, activate your core, squeezing your pelvis up towards your ribs. Just inviting stability. Your core is a huge foundation for spinal stability. Just noticing how you can engage your pelvis up into your low belly. And then you could invite some more soft movements into your hips. You can sway your hips side to side. You can make circles with your hips. Just once again, bringing your awareness back to your pelvic floor. Just take a few more rounds of breath here to just move freely, getting out the wiggles and the cracks and the crinkles. leading with your hips always, keeping today focused on our root chakra. And then take a big breath in and exhale. Open your knees, just bring your toes together and send your hips back into a child's pose. Balasana. Your hands can walk forward. And what we're going to do here is not really have a passive child's pose, more of an active one where your hands are rooted into the earth so that they can help you press your hips back over your feet. So really feeling how your hips and legs interact with your feet and the ground beneath you. You might even feel some strength in your arms to do this. So a little bit of an activation of your shoulders and your hands and your forearms. And then kind of feel how your forehead connects to the earth as well. You could rock your head side to side, keeping that activation. And just while you're here in this child's pose, once again, connect to something that you can maybe be grateful for, connecting back to that Santosha. Gratitude helps us to be grounded because it keeps us exactly where we are, right, in this present moment. It could be as little as not as little, as big as I'm grateful for this body, for this vessel. And then we'll start to bring in some movement here. So as you inhale, come up into a tabletop. And as you exhale, lower your hips down to the ground, coming into kind of a cobra situation. You can bend your elbows. And then exhale, send your hips back to child's. Inhale, roll forward. Connect your hips down to the ground. If they don't connect, at least the tops of your thighs. Keeping your shoulders drawn away from your ears. And exhale, send your hips back. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, roll back. Next time you roll back, tuck your toes and send your hips up to the sky for Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Connect your thumb and your pointer finger to the ground. You can bend your knees if you'd like as well. Really draw your head down so that your gaze goes up to your navel. You can take a few breaths here to lead your heels over to one side and then the other. Just taking some little micro movements so that you can get comfortable here. Our first down dog of the day. Then inhale, roll forward to a high plank. Connect your hands deeply to the earth. And exhale, bend your knees, send it back up. Inhale, roll forward, high plank. Feel your pelvis tuck so that you can engage your core. Exhale, send your hips back up, downward dog one last time. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, roll back. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, slowly walk your hands back towards your feet. Coming into a nice forward fold at the back of your mat. Your knees can be bent. Your hands can connect down to the earth. Or you could reach for opposite elbows, whatever feels comfortable. Just take a few breaths here to let your head hang super heavy, releasing pressure from your neck. And just taking a few breaths to notice how your belly interacts with your thighs, letting that breath send down into the base of your spine. And on your next inhale, slowly start to roll your spine up, one vertebra at a time. And once you get to the top, we'll just take a little pause here. So really root down through your feet. You can let your hands, your palms face forward, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Tuck your pelvis a little bit. And just take a few breaths to allow that red light once again to come into your consciousness. Let it spread down from your pelvis down to your feet, down into the floor. Maybe ever so slightly you could rock forward and back, side to side. Maybe making tiny little circles. Really just once again connecting to yourself, to the earth. And maybe you invite back in that mantra of I am. So being grounded in who you are. And once again, noting that Asteya of you are not stealing yourself from yourself. You're not stealing anyone else from themselves. You are who exactly you're meant to be. And that's a beautiful thing. So allow that to ground you even a little bit more. On your next inhale, slightly lift up your heels, and exhale, drop them down. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, drop them down. Inhale, lift them up. Exhale, drop them down. And then next time you lift them up, come up onto your tippy toes and tiptoe to the top of your mat. Lower your heels and open your feet hips distance. We'll take some hip circles just to bring some more mobility into your hips. So just circling your hips around, big circles, bringing some mobility into them. Really letting that red light be at the center of these circles. And then switch directions of your circles. And then come back up through center. And we'll do a round of a classical sun salutation. So meet at the top of your mat. Feet together. Squeeze your legs together when you're in Tadasana so that you really can activate your pelvis. So inhale, reach your arms up to the sky, palms connect. Exhale, fold. You can bend your knees when you fold as well and send your hips back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms connect to the earth. Step your right foot back. Lower your right knee down. Untuck your right toes and reach your arms up to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Really notice your pelvic floor here, how your body connects to the earth. Exhale, lower your hands down. Step your left foot back, knees, chest, chin down to the earth. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot comes between the hands. Lower your left knee down, left toes down. Reach your arms up to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Exhale, hands down. Step up to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky. Back through heart center. Other side, inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, palms connect, left foot steps back, left knee down, left toes down, reach arms up. Exhale, hands connect to the earth, knees, chest, chin. Cobra. Downward facing dog. And inhale, left foot steps between the hands. And your right toes come down, arms reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands come down, step to the top of your mat, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way back up. And exhale, hands come through heart center. Just take a breath or two here. Notice how moving your hips felt in your pelvis. And slowly start to root down through your right foot. We'll come into Vrikshasana, tree pose. So really ground down, grow your roots down. This time it makes sense because it's tree. And you can bring your left foot either to your toes on the ground and heel to the inside of your right foot, or you can have your foot on the inside of your calf, or bring it up to be in the inside of your right thigh. Really focus on keeping that left knee open and out to the side, and bring your hands through heart center. Just take 3 breaths here. You can find your drishti or focal point to gaze at. Notice how strong you are, how rooted, how grounded you are, and that you know exactly who you are. If you fall, it's okay as well. And on your next inhale, hug your left knee into your chest and slowly extend your left heel towards the front of your room. Flex your foot, activating your hip flexor. Inhale here and exhale, bend your leg and send it back to the back of the room until your toes connect to the earth. Coming into a high crescent lunge, your arms can reach up to the sky. Really tuck your pelvis here to stay rooted. And as you exhale, lower your hands down to the earth. Step your right foot back and knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, send your hips back, downward facing dog. And as you inhale the next time, start to walk your feet up towards your hands, connecting with the ground with each step. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And then inhale, reach your arms all the way up to the sky as you ground down through your feet. And exhale, hands come back down to your side. We'll do tree on the other side, so ground down through your left foot. Right foot comes either down on the foot, the shin, or up into your inner thigh. Whoa. It's okay. Everyone falls. And then find your drishti. Find your hands at heart center, or you can grow your branches nice and tall, remembering to keep that awareness on that red light that emanates from within you down to the earth. And take your 3 full breaths here. And then on your next inhale, hug your right knee into your chest, extend your right heel forward, lifting your leg up to activate your hip flexor. Take a full breath in and exhale, bend your knee and send your foot back, back, back until you come into your high crescent lunge. Arms reach up to the sky, keep that pelvis nice and engaged. Inhale here and exhale, hands come down to the earth. Step your right foot back, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then one more time, walk your feet up, this time to go around your hands. You can bring your block between your feet on the lowest setting. Point your feet out to the sides and your heels in. Hands through heart center and lower down into a malasana, yogi squat. And if the ground feels far away, you can bring the block underneath your seat. Or if you would like it without a block, you can do that as well. And really just engage your pelvic floor here. And take a few breaths rocking side to side, growing your roots down from your pelvis to the ground. Take a big breath in and exhale, slowly start to lower your seat down. And then walk your knees in and open your heart up a little bit. And then exhale, start to round your back and slowly lower your way down onto the earth. Walk your feet in. We'll do some rolling bridges. So bring your feet nice and close to your seat, hands down to the ground. Inhale, rise your hips up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. And the next time you inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Really feel your pelvis engage, your low belly engage your feet. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. And the next time you inhale to rise up, bring the block underneath your hips. Settle your hips over the block for a supported bridge. You can bring your hands over your hip bones and your legs can stay bent, or you can extend your legs out long in front of you. Just taking a few breaths here in the supported posture, letting your hips fully relax. And on your next inhale, walk your feet in, lift your hips up, take the block out from under you. Slowly lower your hips down and hug your knees in towards your chest. You can even bring your head up towards your knees and squeeze everything in Squeeze your pelvis, squeeze your knees, squeeze your legs. Big inhale and exhale. Slowly release down to our final rest. And for this final rest, your Shavasana, really allow your entire back body to grow its roots down into the earth beneath you. And really allow these next few minutes, try to stay here for at least 5 minutes or so. Really just allow the earth to hold you and know that you are. You are grounded, you are stable, you are content, you are grateful, and you are who you are. Connecting it back to our Santosha and Asteya of being content and grateful no matter what life throws your way, and also being who you are and not stealing anything from anyone else, just being fully you. And I really hope that you fully take this rest, allow the red light to fully envelop you. I don't know if that's a word, but it was a pleasure practicing with you today, and I hope that you have a lovely rest of your day.